And I think we're done dating. I'm breaking up with you, Laruso.
Time to shed my weakness.
He really did that. Does Sensei please know you have this footage?
He suspects I do. Regardless, I will only have to resort to using it against him if he had any audacity to pull a couple of last-minute hamstrings on us.
Do you have anything?
I actually do. On Kreese for that matter. I can send it to you.
Wonderful news. In this year's Winter Karate League, prepare to gain a taste of victory, as our dojo doesn't just humiliate Miyagi-Do or Cobra Kai, but also to humiliate an insufferable adversary I met many years ago.
We'll interact as teammates in the Winter Karate League, graduate from West Valley as classmates, and go our separate ways in college. That is what I got to say.
Welcome, competitors, senses, sponsors, and esteemed guests to Washington, D.C. Home to not just the President of America, but this year's home to our nation's greatest karate tournament, the Winter Karate League. That thing I wanted to tell you in person.
About your dojo, Alpha Elite.
Yeah. About that. I'm not the one who actually owns the dojo.
You aren't.
My master does, though.
Your master?
Yeah. He's someone you might remember. Sensei Randall. There you are. Well, look who grew up and became a leader. If it isn't Julie Pierce. How are you doing, young lady?
No, it can't be.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Master
Dugan. Colonel Dugan. Thank you for sharing your story, James. You were very brave in doing that. But there is still one person I haven't heard from, yet. Ned, would you be kind enough to share?
Shit. All right, remind me again, Lucy. This is an inner circle where we're supposed to get secrets off our chest, like when we last took a shit, or if we like collecting porn or not. Wow, tough crowd.
Ned, the prompt I mentioned earlier was for each of us to share how we ended up here. You can keep it as broad as you want.
Well, I never wanted to be here. Thank you very much, Lucy. Now if you excuse me, I'm going to head on out.
Mr. Randall, I strongly advise against it. Sure, I can't enforce it, but I can inform you that you were given a choice to come here or not. Let me tell you what the other was in the hallway.
To jail? Are you serious? Why the hell didn't I hear this sooner?
Because I never imagined it being an issue. You assaulted a co-worker, Ned. You kicked him into a stack of almond milk at the grocery store during open hours. People saw it. The judge was going to sentence you to 6 months for assault. But your lawyer, he recommended here as an alternative. But if you want to resort to your alpha jerk act in prison, be my guest.
I'm sorry.
Ned, would you like to share your story?
All right. But your lawyer pretty much explained what happened in the grocery store.
Not that, but about why you are angry, Ned. What made you kick that guy?
Well, I was taught karate.
Karate. That must have been fun. Did you like it?
Karate is essential, not fun. I learned it through an ROTC program in my high school, in fact.
What made you want to do ROTC?
Because I am a freaking dumbass.
Mr. Randall, I would like to remind you in prep for overcoming your probation, it is discouraged you use profane words in this facility.
Shit. My bad. What I meant to say was I didn't have the freaking grades to get into a university. And I couldn't tell my parents. They'd be furious, 'cause they're always on my butt for every little small mistake I made. I had to make them proud.
And ROTC was the answer. Did it help?
I thought it would. But one day, the guy who ran it, Colonel Dugan, he got arrested after he told us to kill someone. And then the ROTC program, Alpha Elite, it shut down.
At least you didn't kill someone.
I lost my freaking future. My parents, after they found out, threw me out of their house as a little graduation gift. Called me a disappointment before they did it.
Hey, Ned. You are not a disappointment.
You don't mean that. You're just doing your job.
Hey, you're brave. Saying all of that stuff. Would you like some advice?
Fire away.
Okay, Ned, look, I know you don't have a college degree or any military experience outside of Alpha Elite, but what if I told you that there is a way you can turn things around?
And what would that be?
Well, you're not the only client I've met who had these sort of struggles. Thanks to me, many of them have found ways to make a living again.
How so?
What are your interests, Ned? What do you enjoy doing?
Well, karate for starters. But I don't know exactly how I should make a living. Wait, that's it. I'm going to establish a freaking dojo. This chair is perfect for my ass. Are we all set?
Sir, the asbestos in this building is old.
We have to remove it. Ugh. Fine. In the meantime, I'll be out recruiting students for the dojo. Hey, how would you feel about joining Alpha Elite? We don't just turn kids into combatants, but into badass alphas. So why don't you put down the phone? Get off of TikTok, or whatever loser media platform you're on, and get in a gi?
Are there tournaments?
Excuse me?
Does this dojo, Alpha Elite, compete in tournaments? Like the Seikai Taikai World Tournament?
Excuse me, ma'am, is this the registration desk for the Belt Bash? Chicago's largest karate tournament?
It is. Do you care to register?
Alpha Elite. I have all of the details in my head for any super important paperwork I need to fill out. For the students.
Here you go. It is highly encouraged all sensei for competing dojos do their homework on who they're up against. After all, there can only be one winner.
Hey, I'm going to need you to do a little tune-up on the Alpha Elite logo. Ours currently looks like ass. What tune-up would you suggest, sir? One just as badass as all of the other dojos in Chicago. Wait a minute, I know. When people hear the word alpha, the first thing that comes to mind is the alpha wolf. Do that. One wolf coming up your way, sir. It's sensei.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the final round of the Belt Bash tournament. On the left, we have defending champion Sadie Gorman from Red, White and Chop Karate. On the right, we have Milena Ramirez, top student of the newly established dojo, Alpha Elite.
Milena, remember what I taught you. To win this fight, you need to show you are the dominant one. That you are in control. Not her. You're my top student, after all.
Yes, sensei.
You got this. Now go kick your opponent in the face. Once again, Chicago has another explosive Belt Bash tournament, resulting in the winner being defending champion Sadie Gorman from Red, White and Chop Karate, making her a two-time Belt Bash champion.
I'm sorry I let you down, sensei.
You did your best, Ramirez. And besides, you've only had 6 months of training. Don't go hard on yourself. Goddamn rent. Hey, whoever is here, we're closed for the rest of the day.
Could you make an exception? 'Cause I'm already interested. Mr. Randall, I like what you've done with Alpha Elite. The renovations, the redecorating, everything.
Dugan. I thought you died in prison.
You're dead wrong, kid. Dead wrong. You still have much more growing up, much more learning to do. I saw your little performance at the Belt Bash in downtown Chicago. I'm impressed by how far you managed to get.
Like I care what you think. Get lost, Dugan. Now.
I'm sorry, but I don't appreciate the way I'm being talked to, Mr. Randall. I'm still your leader.
You were my leader until you told me to kill Eric.
Ah, yes. That's true. Mr. McGowan. Look, Ned, I was having a bad day.
Well, you were taking it out by ordering us to burn down his car.
You're right, I did do that. But I'm happy you withheld from doing everything. But Ned, you don't have to fret about me any longer. I'm different now.
Okay.
I would like to help, Ned.
I'm already doing great. Without you. Thanks for asking, Colonel.
You're most certainly welcome, Sensei Randall. But it's not just you, but the girl. What's her name again? Mallory?
You leave my top student out of this, Dugan. One more word, and I will break your jaw. I'm serious.
You watch who you're talking to, young man. I still see you have that fiery temper, young man. And it seems as though it's blinded you from reaching your true potential as a sensei. I saw the mistakes your top student did in losing the finals. For the first point, her lower stomach was exposed to be kicked. For the second one, she exposed her leg out a little too far for it to be swept. And for the last one, well, she fell for her opponent's feint attack, hook, line and sinker. But I tell you, Ned, there are ways for her to avoid that happening to her in the future. She needs it from her mentor. But she, like you, still have a lot to learn. Because I tell you, Sensei, you're lucky in getting this far in the harsh realities of this world.
And what do you have to offer?
One thing this dojo lacks that every other dojo has. A karate master, Ned. Someone who knows all the secrets behind their karate styles like the back of their hands. Someone who always provides for their sensei advice like their sensei provides for their students.
And, I suppose that's where you step in as the hero with a shiny cape, and save the day.
I know things you don't know, Ned. Where I was taught martial arts, well, let's just say that the martial arts style name wasn't labeled Alpha Elite Karate. Tang Soo Do, an old karate style highly praised by Master Kim Sun Young. I take it you haven't heard of him. Well, that's my fault. But the point is that all of his secrets, I have ownership to them now. And I'm talking about karate moves that I should have taught you sooner.
Wow.
I could teach it to you. I know you're ready.
And what's the catch?
I want you to give me 50% ownership of this dojo.
Wait. You can't be serious?
I am serious, Ned. Do I look like I'm messing around with you? Already, your dojo is prone to gentrification. But in my opinion, the prize money gained from Wong karate tournaments could help with that. I have a lot I still need to teach you, and I don't have a lot of time. As you can see, I'm all grown up. Usually, karate masters have 100% ownership of their dojos. But because of the screw-ups I made along the way, the least you could be offered is at least some ownership of Alpha Elite, if you were to make me master. Let me give you some time to think about it. And also, it's Sly.
I'm sorry, what?
I go by Donovan Sylvester nowadays. Or Mr. Sly for short. Well, anyways, I hope to see you and how you progress, Sensei Randall. Eventually, Sensei Randall had to face facts. He was successful in creating a dojo, but was only an adequate sensei. There was still a lot he had to be taught. So, we signed the partnership agreement, and then, well, I had to give his students a taste of true karate.
Of true karate? Last time I saw that, you were hitting students.
I was hitting students. What do you think? Was I doing something else like picking daisies? I was equipping students with maximum responses to attacks. Isn't that right, Sensei Randall?
Yes, Master. And he did turn things around for that matter, Julie. For starters, we did win a lot of the local tournaments moving forward.
You know, Ned, you should tell Julie about the bigger tournaments. The good part.
Right, Master. So, Master Sly did some research on some of the dojo's performances during various world tournaments. He discovered that one of these dojos in Hong Kong, the Iron Dragons, had disbanded. Their sensei Wolf had gone bankrupt. And then Master Sly, well, he had 2 of his students sign deals to be part of our dojo. At least for a couple of years.
And now, we have both Zara Malik and Axel Kovacevic, who have been winning world karate tournaments under our lead for all of this year. They will not fail to disappoint us in their Winter Karate League divisions.
And what about Miyagi-Do?
Well, your dojo is good and all, but let's face facts, Miss Pierce. What the nation really needs is Tang Soo-Do. Alright, well, it was good to have this chat with you, but now we must head back with the rest of our students and sensei to the hotel. You might want to get to move on, too.
Look, Julie, I'm sorry he was present when I was delivering to you the news, but all of it is true. I'm sorry if that.
Don't. Just don't.
Julie, whatever bad side you saw out of us, both Master Sly and I, we're different now.
Not from what I can tell. Colonel Dugan, Master Sly, whatever name he goes by these days, is still the same, fiery and quick-tempered of a sensei I once faced. And you're just cool with it.
Hey, you don't have to be angry at me, Julie. Let's just not make things complex and still be friends.
You really can go to hell, Ned.
Alright everyone, we got the room key cards. 2 per room, everyone. And not co-ed except for me and my wife. I'm happy you chose to room with your binary bro, Eli.
I hope I feel the same way, just if tonight, you don't fart in your sleep again.
Come again?
The plane ride.
I assure you, I am in 100% control of my bodily functions for appropriate times, including my nightly reflexes, Hawk.
Well, whoever denied it supplied it.
Wait a minute, Miguel was one of your considerations, wasn't he? Don't tell me you're still mad at him for his little Cobra Kai dojo homecoming, are you?
Well, that's better than acting like nothing happened.
Hawk, do you want to? Never mind, I guess you'll be rooming with Dimitri. I guess we'll be rooming together. Yeah. Got to practice the whole future stepbrother thing. I'm sorry things suck between you and Hawk right now, man. I'm not sure if he ever wants to forgive me. Well, at least Sam did. But just as friends. Wait, Miguel, did you ask her out again? No, but she gave me a chance. And I blew it. I went back to Cobra Kai. Even after that dojo made her life a living hell. It was beyond disrespectful to her. No. I think I can manage just staying friends with her like you have managed to, Robbie. Well, okay then, Miguel. Before I go, I just want to remind you that you also helped rid the Valley of Cobra Kai, Miguel. I'm pretty you already know that though, but just give it to some thought along the other good things you've done.
Thank you all for making it on such short notice. I'm sorry that you won't have enough time to rest, but the next few pieces of information I am going to share are essential for the tournament socials that are around the corner. Mitch, as you know, was kind enough to share all of the social dynamics going on in Miyagi-Do. Yeah, that Sam and Miguel broke up and now they're friends, and Robbie and Tori are dating again. Now class, all of this information that Mr. Madison provided, you must use to get inside of your enemies' heads. And if we were to get them to snap and throw the first punch outside of a match, they will be in big trouble for it. After all, the real battles are off the mat. Is that understood?
Yes, Master. Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master Kreese. You're all free to go.
GR, I'd like to have a moment to talk with you before you get out. It's about Sensei Kreese's methods. I have doubt they would be an appropriate strategy for the tournament.
What's there to doubt? Kreese is only giving us advice on how to be stronger. You wanted us to win, Sensei, didn't you?
Yes, but only prioritizing the mat to gain wins.
But I doubt our opponents would do the same. What Master Kreese told us to do, our opponents could do to us. Either it's them who are heartless to us, or us heartless to them. We have to strike first.
GR. It wasn't originally meant to have been that way.
Well, Sensei, I thank you for all the things you taught me. But times have changed. This is a national tournament we are talking about. So no offense, but you can't be the only one I have to learn things from.
Well, we made it to the Winter Karate League's little cocktail mixer, just as Samir expected. I suppose it's to be on friendly terms with the other sensei.
Daniel, did you talk with Johnny yet?
What's there to talk about?
Well, you said you got into a fight with him.
Not sure that's gonna change much. He said he wanted me to be out of his life.
What made him say that?
Well, he recommended the dojo name be Cobra Kai, and I shut down his idea.
Wow, it's a little more serious than I thought.
Sensei Lawrence, it's good to see you here. Likewise. I've noticed there's a lot of sponsors at this place. What are they looking for? Models? Because I have way better looking students who could be utilizing those weapons. Ah, the posters. Yes. It's what students get out of the tournament. Opportunities from our tournament's board and sponsors. Like funding for college? Yes, if any of your students need the funding. Tell me about it. All of my students at some point have gone through an unfortunate series of events to get to this point. Just because we're used to the bruises doesn't mean they hurt.
Here at this party, you will all be required to spectate the following people. Dennis, you will watch the LaRussos. Snake, watch Mr. Porter. Sensei Yunha, you'll be in charge of seeing my old Cobra Kai alumni. Except for Johnny. He's mine.
Hey Chosen, there's something a little urgent I need to talk to you about.
How did things go with your old friend?
Ned? He's not my friend anymore. Chosen, Colonel Dugan is back. He's back, and he managed to reassume control of Alpha Elite. Randall's practically fine with everything he's going to do.
And he's also competing?
Apparently. If only he hadn't legally changed his name to Sylvester, I would have detected his re-emergence on the sensei roster.
And from what I'm getting at, Dugan has some personal beef with you.
Worse, Dugan doesn't just have beef with me, but everything Mr. Miyagi stands for. And apparently, he, like Kreese, is also devoted toward Kim Sun-young's legacy.
This is bad. Julie, we need to let the others know about this.
Pardon my intrusion. You must be Master LaRusso of Miyagi-Do Karate.
I'm only sensei. But Master, you would be referring to my husband Daniel. How can I help you?
Amanda, it's all right. And you must be.
Call me Sly. Master Sly. But Miyagi-Do, well, I was hoping to talk to you about that. After all, I'm a fan of the old man himself.
You knew Mr. Miyagi?
Well, here we are. Dining with the enemy at a restaurant. I wonder how that's going to turn out. Fat chance a fight's going to break out in here. We'd get our asses disqualified if we wanted that. We gotta keep our cool alongside everyone else.
Sam,
Miguel, hey, what's up?
is this seat taken?
Yeah, I'm saving it for Eli. I'm playing with you, Miguel, come sit.
What? Didn't mean to run into you there.
No. I'm sorry, there's a lot of people in here.
Yeah, we're all in here because we're competing at a karate tournament tomorrow.
Well, funny thing is I'm doing the exact same thing. Because I know karate. Name's Milena.
Kenny. Shit. I just remembered. I'm talking to the opponent. My dojo's going to be pissed.
Your dojo?
Miyagi-Do.
Well, since you shared your dojo name, I'd be happy to share you mine. I'm Sensei Randall's top student of Alpha Elite.
What made you a top student?
Well, I nearly won the belt bash. It's a tournament in Chicago.
Funny story is I nearly won a tournament too. The All Valley in California.
That's where you're from?
Yeah. Hey, forget about what I said earlier. I'm a little interested in learning more about you.
You took the last few words out of my mouth.
Kenny. We need to talk.
Sorry. That's my brother. I hope to come across you later. Look, I know you're going to lecture about talking to the enemy, Sean. But we're not in the same division.
You were raising her up, little brother. But that's not what I'm hearing to talk to you about. It's about what's to come for tomorrow in the tournament.
Excuse me, Santa, could I have a cup of Bailey's hot chocolate?
I'm sorry, young man. I just gave the last one to him.
My bad. Hey. What the hell, man? You don't just get to say my bad, and then drink that hot chocolate while facing me. Well, it's my right to do that. And it's my right to kick your ass. Sensei Lawrence. Stop. He took the last cup and gloated about it. Well, let Sensei Randall gloat. Johnny, you are a wonderful sensei, who will always make karate look badass. But I can't have you starting fights here. You'd give me no choice but to disqualify you. But remain calm, do well in the tournament, and hopefully, you'll be able to face him on the mat. You're right.
Kim Da-eun, you have every nerve to face me after what your dojo did to ours.
I have a message to deliver. But listen closely and avoid eye contact. I can't be seen talking to you.
I don't believe it. Did Kim Sun-young raise a rebel?
Master Cress, he instructed me to spy on you, and report back any weaknesses to him. But I just wanted to warn you, that his students, and his sensei, they are all going to try to interfere with your heads during the tournament.
That's not a surprise. Daniel-san has dealt with Kreese before. He'll do it again. The real question is why you chose to put up with him, when you warned me.
Cress is my problem. I can take care of him on my own.
Really? What if I told you that he killed Sensei Silver?
Impossible. What makes you say that?
Cut the crap, Kim. You know Daniel-san was there. And Kreese would have been locked away only if someone hadn't erased the footage.
Who said anything about erasing the footage of Cress killing Silver? I've got the upper hand on him. Like I said, the man's my problem.
So, when I was young, I did my training as an ROTC sensei. And that was where I met Mr. Miyagi.
You taught karate at ROTC training?
Yeah, it was Alpha Elite. for the elites. But anyways, the little guy was walking up to me, and I was already having a bad day in the field. The students, they were trembling at my rage, pissing their pants. But Miyagi, he looked me in the eye, and told me that he came from Japan, Okinawa.
That's right, he did.
But as I was saying, he talked about all of the people in his village being scared shitless of a bull. And then, everyone all of a sudden got out to celebrate with a soup festival. It was where they ate the bull. Do you understand what the context was behind that story?
What was the context?
I was the bull. I got what I deserved, because he kicked my ass in front of my students. But I needed a good old ass kicking. And I'm better now.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Mr.
Sly. Master Sly of Alpha Elite. But man, Mr. Miyagi, that guy is great. Like, a pure angel, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he's a saint.
I take it you haven't seen the man in his worst moments, have you? I desperately hope he wasn't the same angry bull that I was, now would you?
Well, only if hell froze over he would.
But, it would break your heart if he were. I guess we'll never find out.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Master Sly.
You too, Master LaRusso.
Just, Sensei LaRusso would be fine.
Nonsense. You're Mr. Miyagi's top student. Of course you'd be Master. You shouldn't have to apologize for wanting a different title. But hey, man. I'm sorry for hearing about what happened to your dojo. But if you want to, I could do some research. I know a guy or two in the Sekai Taikai.
I'm sorry, that what now?
You haven't heard of the Sekai Taikai? It's a world tournament for karate dojos, which I believe your sensei competed in.
No, Mr. Miyagi wouldn't. That man's against tournaments.
I'll keep you updated if he did.
What do you want?
I'm sorry for what I said earlier, Ned.
No, it's fine. I wasn't honest with you, Julie.
You know, you don't have to listen to him, Ned. Colonel Dugan's using you.
He helped me, Julie. I won the last several tournaments because of him.
With his no mercy philosophy, I take it.
Yeah, well, life's been giving me no mercy, Julie. Every time I get my hopes up for something good, I get kicked to the ground, again and again.
Yeah, well, maybe you can learn Miyagi-Do. Join our dojo.
I've already settled in at Alpha Elite. And plus, it's a little too late to switch sides, as we're at the tournament. Now if you excuse me, I'm going to head inside. Come on, Robbie, you got this.
I can't believe Robbie bailed on us just to do some more karate training. At this lame-ass dinner party.
Yeah, well, I guess he's really devoted to Miyagi-Do training. I always felt bad for the guy. He worked his ass off, only to be beaten twice while working all of that way up to second place.
So this is the famous Miyagi-Do you were talking about, foreigner?
What's up, man?
Hey, Chris.
You look different, Mitch.
Thanks, it's all Cobra Kai's work.
Man, why would you join those guys? They're bad moves.
Well, I want to be a top fighter, don't I? And besides, Sensei Lawrence is always belittling me while he keeps top fighter seats practically warm for everyone else. I don't know, I just feel like I can fit in better at Cobra Kai.
I see. You did it for you, not for craze. However, I respectfully disagree with this decision.
It doesn't matter, man. We're going to wipe your lame-ass dojo in this tournament.
Hey, don't you start with insulting our dojo, man.
Or what?
Eli, it's not worth it, man.
Oh, Axel, my bear, I really appreciate the fact that we're still in action. If it weren't for that dojo in Illinois, we would have no dojo, meaning it would be harder for us to compete in tournaments. But I'm glad you were willing to sign that contract with me, so we could be together.
Yeah, our training never ends just because the Iron Dragons shut down.
We make a great power couple, don't we? A top fighter dating a top fighter really has brought in the number of subscribers for me. Not like that's important, though.
You know, I've got to train with Sensei Dugan as soon as we get back.
Bummer, I really wanted to spend some more private time with you.
Our priorities for winning come first, Zara.
Look, Kenny, I'm proud of where you've gotten at, your experience in karate. But I want you to be really careful on the mat tomorrow. We're talking a battle royale here.
A battle royale. Sean, I got this.
I know, it's just, I don't know whether to feel scared or proud for you. I know for a fact that if we fought, you would beat me. But seriously, stay safe on the mat, little bro. Well, how was the evening for you, Chosen?
It was very interesting, Daniel-san. Apparently, Kim seems to be on our side now.
You're talking about Kreese's assistant, right?
Yes, except she's had some trouble with Kreese, and I found out she has the recording of Kreese killing his war buddy.
She does? How come she hasn't released it yet?
Well, like I said, she only seems to be on our side.
Okay. Anything else to share?
It seems as though the karate praised by Kim Sun-young got utilized by other dojos.
What other ones?
Do you remember when Julie shared to us about Alpha Elite?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, that sensei, Colonel Dugan regained control of it, and like Kreese, he also still believes in no mercy.
I thought the owner was Master Sly. I met him at the cocktail mixer.
Daniel-san, Colonel Dugan is Master Sly, and from what Julie told me, he is still the same man she'd met years ago.
That makes no sense. He was nothing compared to Kreese.
Well, you gotta keep your guard up at this tournament, Daniel-san. After all, from what Master Sato taught me, the greatest enemies you have are ones you have helped once in your life.
Well, look who it is, John Kreese. Who knew I'd be seeing you at this tournament? I'm sorry, who exactly might you be? You don't remember, Master Kreese? Well, that's what I supposed a couple of decades can do to a lot of us. But I remember. And that's war. Well, let's just say you and I had a lot more of backbone than Twig on that plank. Twig?
I had to do it. You saw.
Don't tell me you forgot about the cage, John. Brute. That's my war name. How the hell are you doing, you bearded bastard? Better than your mom, John. So, I heard you've had your own dojo for a while. Cobra Kai. You've put into training what Captain Turner taught us. I have. But honestly, the world needs Cobra Kai. That's why we're in this tournament. And hopefully, that's what you're leaning on with Alpha Elite too, right? Just as long as we spread around the Tang Sudo teachings. You know, John, I would like to give my condolences for Twig. I heard about his suicide, and his attempt on spreading Cobra Kai. Please. The man framed me. True. That's correct, he did frame you. He also inspired you. I mean, for what other reason would you be here other than to create more dojos? And you're planning the same, I take it. Not exactly, John. Close, but not exact. You see, I'm not planning on improving teenage society. I managed to have a little meeting with the Commander-in-Chief back in August. You're talking about the Commander-in-Chief of America? Yes. I am. How the hell did you do that? You know, the inspecting, the research, the calculations. Most of it was done on the social media accounts. But I finally got to him, and I told him about the little trouble people were facing in the valley with the karate-based fights, riots, and potential casualties. I told him that someone needed to put down the iron fist and save the day. Establish order. And what better way than teaching our American military tanks pseudo martial arts? Policemen, security guards, SWAT members, all of them armed with a little something extra. So if anyone tries to struggle and resist, our law enforcement can punish them severely. And you're saying that he's letting you? No, only if we win the tournament. The commander's already impressed with the military status, but if he sees someone with tank pseudo karate win the competition, he'll be down for the little military renovation. So either one of us has to win the Winter Karate League in order to enable that. John. What say you and I make an alliance in this tournament? Colonel to Colonel. For what reason? There's this girl I met a long time ago. A real pain in the ass. She aligns under the dojo, Miyagi Do. I met her. I don't know what happened between you and her, but that dojo alone has proven to be my greatest annoyance. Contains some powerful enemies who have messed with me for the past couple of months. Well, we want to assure those dreams of ours get fulfilled, don't we? Let's talk when we get back to the hotel. I'd love to hear a little bit more of what powerful enemies you could possibly be dealing with.
Good morning, folks. Today, we shall carry off our opening challenge for this year's Winter Karate League. We shall not be having 1 or 2, but 3 battle royales. To start us off, we shall have our newest competitors, the senses, fight all at once on the mat. Senses, you will all be given 8 red tags to put anywhere on your gis. Your jobs are to grab as many tags from your opponents as possible, all within 10 minutes. When time runs out, we will rally up the amount of tags gathered, and tally them as points. The top 16 sensei with the most points will be able to progress on to the next match. Students, boys and girls, the same rules will apply to your battle royales as well.
You ready for this tournament, Daniel-san?
I am. Chosen. You?
I'm hyped to kick some ass. You do realize, though, the competitors who know the most offense are the ones who have the best chance to progress in these battle royals. That means you're going to have to incorporate everything Johnny-san taught you.
I see.
Well, tournament starts in 5 minutes. See you on the mat.
Mr. Miyagi, I hope you forgive me. I've made some very shitty mistakes in the past couple of weeks. And now look where I am. I'm in a tournament, something you highly discourage, and now I'm expected to use karate for strictly offense on the mat. But, if that's the way things are going to be set up at the Winter Karate League, then forgive me for the exception that I'll have to make.
Daniel LaRusso, I thought I heard you in here.
Colonel Dugan.
Ah, so you learned my old name. I take it you heard from Miss Pierce her impression of me.
You lied to me about who you were.
What did I lie about, Mr. LaRusso? All I told you was I was an ROTC instructor who met Mr. Miyagi.
You played mind games on me. You're no better than Silver.
Hey, before you go, I'd like to show you something. I had a wonderful chat with my Sekai Tai guy last night.
I don't have time for your crap, Sylvester, or Sly, or Dugan, or whatever name you go by these days.
You know, the funny thing is, you were muttering about Mr. Miyagi being against tournaments, when it was him who actually won the Sekai Tai. Look.
Wait, he competed against Kim Sun-young in the finals.
Yes, but that's not the crazy piece. Look at the semi-finals. Trust me, Daniel boy, you're not the only one who's upset by this.
No, that can't be true. Mr. Miyagi would never kill someone. You're making this shit up.
I don't lie. Like I said, I'm a really big fan of Mr. Miyagi. Anyways, Battle Royale starts in a minute. Hope you're still ready. I'll leave you the paper.
Hey, is Dad okay, Sam?
I'm not sure. One moment, he was happy, and then when he came out of the locker room, he isn't.
May all competitors please stand on the dots on the map? Chosen?
Yes,
Did you know if Mr. Miyagi competed in the Sekai Kai?
the world tournament?
Well, did he?
I take it Julie told you about Mr. Miyagi's secrets.
3. Wait, she and you both knew Mr. Miyagi killed someone? 2.
No, that's not what we knew.
Oh really? What secrets did you both know about?
Daniel-san, can we talk about this after the royal ends?
1. Chosen, look at me right now. Did Mr. Miyagi enter the Sekai Kai or not?
Well, we did find a tournament headband, partially soaked with blood on it.
So, he did enter the tournament. Go! A little help? On my way, Jimmy?
You shouldn't have left Cobra Kai, shithead.
Bring it on, punk.
Daniel-san? Daniel-san, what are you doing? Fight back.
Looks like you won't be able to save your little friend.
Good. Excellent. Finish him.
Absolutely, Master.
What the hell? Amanda. Julie, you nearly made me hit you. How are you doing out there? I'm doing all right. But it's everyone else who's getting their butts whipped, unfortunately. That's not good. We gotta help out the rest of our dojo before they're minced. That's not even the start of it. Look. That's the guy who was talking to Daniel yesterday. That's Colonel Dugan. The man I told you about. The one behind Alpha Elite. And he hasn't changed, I bet. Worse. I think he and John Kreese are working together.
LaRusso. Nowhere left to run. Back off. LaRusso, you all right? You weren't fighting back, Mr. Miyagi. He wasn't who I thought he was. I'm sorry, what? Hey, LaRusso, I don't know what's going on, but you need to get your head out of your ass. We are at one of the biggest karate tournaments to represent everything you learned, except you won't be able to do that if you don't win any tags. This is a battle royale, meaning you're going to have to use offense. And I don't care how sick it's going to make you feel, it's not every day you have one of these opportunities. Karate should be used for defense. In the real world, yeah. But this is a freaking tournament, meaning you're going to do shit I tell you to do if you want to get your ass into the brackets. Now gather up all of that anger from within you. That same anger you used when the sucker punched me on the porch. And strike first. Got it. And on the mat, I'm seeing some very intense combat from Sensei Laruso. From fear to fear. Shit. It's about time he woke up. You. My bad. Again. 30 seconds remain on the clock. Repeat. 30 seconds remaining. Battle Royale ending in 3. 2. 1. And time. Senses, if you would please, step back onto the dots, as to keep a distance away from each other. Thank you. Now walk off the mat very slowly. And hand over the tags you got to a tournament official. They will be tallied, and results will be presented after all of our battle royales are over. You all did great.
How was your match, Chosen?
Not very fun. I have some bad news to share, Julie. But first, how was your match?
Well, I've also got bad news. Cobra Kai and Alpha Elite have teamed up.
They're working together?
Yeah. Neither senses from those dojos were fighting each other, and Kreese and Dugan, they both were exchanging eye contact with each other.
Well, that explains why that a couple of those Alpha Elite senseis were fighting me intensely. My news is no better.
What is it?
There you two are. You've got a lot of explaining to do for what you've been hiding.
Daniel-san, he found out Mr. Miyagi competed in the Sekai Taikai, and knows we found his box of secrets. I gave it away. I'm sorry.
Daniel, I can explain.
Yes you will, Sensei Pierce. In fact, none of us will be leaving this room until you tell me everything. What secrets were in that box?
I'll tell you, but once you learn the truth, and I'm talking about the ugly truth, there's no going back.
I understand.